Good morning. This is Pastor Jeff. It is Friday, August 12th, 2022. We're here for our daily lectionary readings. We've got our three readings. Once again, our psalm reading is going to be from Psalm 82. Our Old Testament reading today is going to be from 1 Samuel chapter 5, verses 1 through 12. And our New Testament reading, we remain in Hebrews and continue in the same story. Hebrews chapter 10, verses 32 through 39. Let us take a listen in to the scripture for the day. Psalm 82. God calls all the judges into the courtroom. He puts all the judges on the dock. Enough! You've corrupted justice long enough. You've let the wicked get away with murder. You're here to defend the defenseless, to make sure that the underdogs get a fair break. Your job is to stand up for the powerless and prosecute all those who exploit them. Ignorant judges, head in the sand judges, they haven't a clue to what's going on, and now everything's falling apart. The world's coming unglued. I appointed you judges, each one of you, deputies of the high God, but you've betrayed your commission, and now you're stripped of your rank. Busted. Oh God, give them what they've got coming. You've got the whole world in your hands. Our Old Testament reading comes from the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 5. Once the Philistines had seized the chest of God. They took it from Ebenezer to Ashdod, brought it into the shrine of Dagon, and placed it alongside the idol of Dagon. Next morning, when the citizens of Ashdod got up, they were shocked to find Dagon toppled from its place, flat on its face before the chest of God. They picked him up and put him back where he belonged. First thing in the next morning, they found him again, toppled and flat on his face before the chest of God. Dagon's head and arms were broken off, strewn across the entrance. Only his torso was in peace. That's why even today, the priests of Dagon and the visitors to Dagon shrine in Ashdod avoid stepping on the threshold. God was hard on the citizens of Ashdod, and he devastated them by hitting them with tumors. This happened in both the town and the surrounding neighborhoods. He let loose rats among them, jumping from ships there. Rats swarmed all over the city, and everyone was deathly afraid. When the leaders at Ashdod saw what was going on, they decided the chest of the God of Israel has got to go. We can't handle this, and neither can our God, Dagon. They called together all the Philistine leaders and put it to them. How can we get rid of the chest of God of Israel? The leaders agreed. Move it to Gath. So they moved the chest of God of Israel to Gath. But as soon as they moved it there, God came down hard on that city too. It was mass hysteria. He hit them with tumors. Tumors broke out on everyone in town, young and old. So they sent the chest of God onto Ekron. But as the chest was being brought into town, the people shouted in protest, "You kill us all by bringing in the chest of the God of Israel." They called the Philistine leaders together and demanded, "Get it out of here. The chest of God of Israel, send it back to where it came from," were threatened with mass death. For everyone was scared to death when the chest of God showed up. God was already coming down very hard on that place. Those who didn't die were hit with tumors all over the city. Cries of pain and lament filled the air. Our New Testament reading today comes from the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verses 32 through 39. Remember those early days after you first saw the light? Those were the hard times. Kicked around in public, targets of every kind of abuse. Some days it was you, other days it was your friend. If some friends went to prison, you stuck by them. If some enemies broke in and seized your goods, you let them go with a smile, knowing that they couldn't touch your real treasure. Nothing they did bothered you. Nothing set you back. So don't throw it all away now. You were sure of yourself then. It's still a sure thing. But you need to stick it out, saying with God's plan, so you'll be there for promised completion. It won't be long now. He's on the way. He'll show up most any minute. But anyone who is right with me thrives on loyal trust. If he cuts and runs, I won't be very happy. But we're not quitters who lose out. Oh no, we'll stay with it and survive, trusting all the way. And here ends our readings for the day. God's peace to you.